What's up, y'all? Mike Thomas, Florida Lead Slingers Outdoors. So I was just kind of out here doing some modifications to my Summit Viper tree climber. So I had come up with this idea of putting a camo netting around the front bar on the upper portion of the Summit climber, because I do get jittery sometimes and move around a lot, just kind of the way it is. And I also hunt areas that have quite a bit of bears and stuff, and I wanted to have something that just completely upped the game in regards to camouflage for these animals and obstructed their view of me from the ground. Helps give me time to stand up if I'm not already standing, and give me that extra couple of seconds to draw my bow on a deer or something like that, or hog. Especially with the hogs, it really helps with the camouflage situation. So this is just basic, some green brown army camo netting. It's common stuff. I've used it for many years while I was in the army, and basically what I do is just hang the upper portion onto a tree in the backyard, and then I cut out a square that generally is the length of the climber as a whole, meaning where it's fastened to the tree, it's situated, I'm up there 25-30 feet, whatever I do, and I'm sitting in it. That total length is the length that I cut the camo netting. And I mean, as you can see through it pretty well, but with the backdrop of other trees, branches and leaves, your camo and this netting, I have found makes a considerable difference. The other thing that is beneficial for this is, while it's not entirely cloth-like, you can spray this netting down and it will help to add to that descenting level of the hunt. So just standard black zip ties, and I've started zip tying this netting around the arm portion. Alrighty, so don't generally zip tie up over these the forearm guards or the arm guards on the Summit. It's too bulky and I don't like it. So I'll take 550 cord. I'm basically gonna do a quick slip knot, or my version of a slip knot, around this thing, cinch it off, and then the excess I'll cut those off, and then we'll wrap this thing up and hit it with the rust spots with some spray paint, and we'll be done with it. Quick little slip knot, cut those off later. All right, guys, so now we're going to finish off these clips, clip off these zip ties so that they're not getting hung up on nothing, catching onto your clothes, grabbing your fletchings or anything like that. You can add as many on here as you want. I only do about 6. That's pretty good. Go over the 550 cord. And the last thing we're going to do with this 550 cord is burn the ends, so that it doesn't come undone on you after a few months of hunting, because this stuff will untie eventually after getting caught on branches, vines, especially if you're hunting down here in the great state of Florida. So here's the cut end of the 550 cord. Just gonna burn it so that's hot, and then smash it down. Still a little windy out here from Hurricane Ian, so hopefully I can do that. Just give it a little cinch down. Just burn the ends of this cut 550 cord, and then seal it by pressing the knife on the burnt end to smash it down. Green color. I'll take this light beige or brown, and I'm just gonna spackle the metal. That way it kind of has that mossy kind of look, just to kind of better camouflage it in a little bit. Just hold it back about a foot, let it spackle on there. Makes it look a little more natural. Just kind of looks a little more natural in my opinion. Do it however you want, but if I'm gonna make modifications or spray paint this stuff up and take it out to the woods, I want it to look like it's blending in with everything else. Anything you can do to make it look more natural is better. Right, so your camo netting is around the upper half of the Summit Viper, and now you're gonna have to wrap this thing around the upper safety bar and the upper portion of it, so that way it doesn't get entangled when you're hiking this thing out into the woods or doing what you're doing. So it's pretty simple, man. Self-explanatory. All you're gonna do, wrap this thing around just like that. And then you just unwrap it like that once you're situated in your tree. And as I was explaining earlier, it's really good to do when you're hog hunting or when there's bears in the area. They won't see you. Keeps you a lot safer, and you don't have to worry about big predators, bobcats and stuff like that climbing up in the tree trying to investigate and see what you are. So that's why I do it, and it also definitely helps with moving around when you're bow hunting. Thanks for helping out, honey.
Absolutely. Get this.
You're all in the video.
Get a walk. Get a walk.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, babe. This is what I have to deal with when I'm filming, making videos for you guys.
Photobomb.
You want a photobomb? Okay, here's the modified lower half. I went and bought some new shoulder straps, these stretchy, elasticy straps, which are amazing. They're way better than the older ones. The older ones dry out. They dry rot and deteriorate way faster. And if you can see, I've hit the bottom half of this climber with some spray paint, kind of just make it look a little bit more like a tree and blend in, and hit some of these spots up with rust with this paint. And you can see it's kind of spackled, just like I was explaining, just to make it look a little bit more like an actual tree. See the little light markings. All right, so that's pretty much what it looks like, all wrapped up. Believe it or not, the camo netting all wrapped up and bound together with the two pieces connected actually reduces a lot of the metal on metal noise. So it has some other advantages having that camo netting on there, I found. That's what it looks like. And hopefully, if you choose to do what I did, it works out for you.